So welcome to Waverley Basketball Stadium for the Victorian Youth Championship Women's game between the Waverley Falcons and the Ballarat Rush. And of course this is the fourth round of the Moulton's Victorian Youth Championship season, with the Falcons having come off a win over I forgot who it is. I shall have to look it up. But they've come off a win last week. Ballarat in Watson Conference. Ballarat sitting on 3 wins and 2 losses out of 5 games. Waverley 2-2. So Ballarat's just sitting in the top 4 of the conference. And Waverley just outside. So quite an important game for both teams. Certainly the Rush will want to consolidate their position in the 4, and Waverley wants to capitalise on the good work that they had last week. And of course it was Hume. I should have remembered that. Hume went down to a very spirited Falcons team. Marley Curtis-Drew having the best game of her senior career so far. But we're just about ready to go here tonight. And of course we're coming to you live today courtesy of our sponsors, Ava Media Solutions, Mind IT Systems, Strap Forward, Bendigo Bank, Life Care, Back to Sleep Mattresses, and the Waverley Basketball Association, as the refs are just getting themselves organised. And we're good, I hope. Right, so coming on for the Falcons is Maria Nicolidis, Michaela Miller, Zali Raymond, Marley Curtis-Drew, and Megan Keppel. For the Rush, we've got Molly Matthews, Lydia Brooks, Morgan Muir, Riley Hare, and Claire Constable. And Falcons won the tip, but then lost control. So it's with Ballarat. Pass, turn over to the Falcons. Maria Nicolidis down to Curtis-Drew. Curtis-Drew misses the basket, gets the rebound, misses the putback. Rebounded by Ballarat. Coming down through Claire Constable. She drives, she dishes out to the corner, goes up to the top. It's with Molly Matthews, who drives. Can't make the basket. Zali Raymond wraps the ball up. It's a jump ball and a Ballarat ball, end ball. Attempted the basket, no good. Falcons rebound very quickly. Ball goes to Zali Raymond, who's too far under the basket to score. Back down here with Ballarat. Ball comes off Curtis-Drew's foot. No call. Still with Ballarat. 3-point attempt from Molly Matthews. It's not good. It's rebounded by Megan Keppel. She's running the floor. Not bad for the big. Down to Curtis-Drew. And Curtis-Drew had the ball blocked by, looks like, Morgan Muir. So for a minute and a half of action, and not a lot's actually happening at either end. A lot of missed shots already. So the Ballarat timeout. So yes, so what be interesting to see how it goes. And what we do know is that Rush have got the experience. This is in fact this is the Brendan Gordon's debut game against the Rush as the head coach of the Victorian Youth Championship women's team. He did fill in last year against them. As Maria puts the ball into Michaela Miller, who's on the floor. Kernitstrud goes to the basket, misses again. Keppel picks the ball up. She's fouled by Molly Matthews. Again, an inbound ball. Falcons running a stack on the inbound. Ball goes into Keppel. Keppel's shot misses. Raymond tips the ball out. Ballarat ball. Claire Constable brings the ball down, looks inside for Lydia Brooks, who kicks it back out again. 3-point shot is good from Claire Constable. Nicolaitis looking for the handoff, wasn't on. Bad pass into Keppel. So there's the turnover to Rush. They work inside. Lydia Brooks 2 points over the Falcon centre. So the last 30 seconds or so has been all Ballarat, whereas previously the Falcons had the dominance but not the points. Ball goes into Zali Raymond. Zali tries to scoop the ball up but overshoots the basket. Down the other end, Riley Hare does exactly the same thing. So ball with Nicolaitis. She looks for Keppel. Keppel's looking for Kernitstrud. On to Miller. Back to Nicolaitis. Numakutis, sorry. Zali Raymond turns, spins and scores. Ballarat ball. Miller gets the steal. She's running hard. She's got Numa Curtis on the outside. Numa Curtis' shot doesn't go. It's rebounded by Raymond. Falcons settling it down, running a flex. Megan Keppel drives. Ball doesn't go. Rebounded out through hands. Riley Hare scores the 2 points for Ballarat. All of a sudden, Ballarat up to a 5-point lead. Ballarat running a match-up zone. Shot no good from the Falcons. The rebound picked up though by them. Into Keppel. Keppel works away into the basket. Spins, turns, misses the basket. Rebounded by Numakutis. Out to Kernitstrud. Back out to Keppel. Into Raymond. Raymond can't hold the pass. Numakutis has scraps for the ball and tips it off for the Ballarat player, Claire Constable. Miller being replaced by Lambie. Lambie looks for the three, doesn't go. Numakutis picks up the ball, goes outside, tries to get it back into Kernish-Drew, overshoots Kernish-Drew and manages to pick up an errant pass from the rush. Drives down the other end, looking for the foul, doesn't get it. Landby gets the ball off the Ballarat player's legs and it's with the Falcons end ball. Out to Kernish-Drew, back out to Numakutis, back to Kernish-Drew at the top. Landby comes off the screen, 3-point attempt, no good. Numakutis picks up the ball again, spins, finger roll into the basket. And she's picked up the foul. So Falcons scrapping to stay close in the game at this stage. Ball is good. 3-point play. So now there's a two-point gap as Ballarat throws the ball out. A turnover to the Falcons. That was Lydia Brooks that missed her target. Landby with a handoff. Curls, finds Raymond. Raymond drives. So unable to convert, ball out of Ballarat. Bad pass from Numakutis on the inbound there. Gives the ball to Ballarat. Ballarat not able to convert, but the rebound and the putback produces a foul off Megan Keppel. So Claire Blower at the line, misses the first shot, misses the second, rebounded by Keppel. Numakutis drives down the floor. Landby picks up the errant pass, settling it down, coming off the screen, looks at the deep corner, kicks it back to Numakutis, back into Kernish-Drew. Kernish-Drew's blocked, back out to Keppel. Keppel drives, puts the ball up and basket. Game all tied up. Ballarat player left alone. That was Molly Matthews. She attempted 3-point shot. Didn't go down the other end. Sally Raymond makes no mistake about the drive and layup. Lydia Brooks with the mismatch attempts to drive from the low post, doesn't go and ends up fouling. No, just a turnover. So with Kernish-Drew at the top of the key, she drives, kicks it out to Keppel. Keppel curls, goes through traffic, can't get through the three players. Probably should have dished out at that point in time. Ballarat on the run on the way back. Falcons have got back in defence though, but they've left a player out open. 3-point shot was up, should have gone in, but missed. Landby brings the ball back quickly, goes through hands, through Keppel, back to Landby. Hand off to Numakutis. Numakutis comes off a screen, curls, looks inside for Kernish-Drew. Kernish-Drew can't get past the bigs. Falcons ball in line with 7 on the clock. Julia Cowell on the floor. As Sam Landby misses the shot, Numakutis picks it up, gets the rebound, doesn't get the putback, gets the rebound again, brings it out to Cowell. Cal's got an acre to play with. She gets inside to Raymond. Raymond not able to convert. Ballarat ball. As Falcons drop back into a zone. Running a 2-3 zone at the moment. They've done that the last couple of times down the floor. It goes out to Molly Mack, to Claire Blower. Her shot was no good, but Riley Hare was able to put it back in, so it's all tied up. That was a foul earlier. Julia Cowell can't get anywhere. Back into Numa Curtis. This could be a 3-second call if they're not careful. Lambie managed to get the rebound. She curls back. Was blocked by Morgan Muir. As Miller comes on, replacing Kermit Strew. And good passing, great work from the rush there. Falcons not aware of the player that was behind them. Into Raymond. Raymond tries to go up over the bigger player. Doesn't go. Back to Numa Curtis. Doesn't go. Raymond with the rebound is fouled. So she'll go to the line. Riley Hare picks up her first. Raymond gets the first. Misses the second. Rebounded by Hare. Back out to Matthews. Big bringing it down the floor. Finds quick hands in Lambie, so she kicks it off. It's back with her again. Goes to the basket. Can't make it. Rebound. Falcons. It's come off Lydia Brooks. So Falcons ball. Miller finds Lambie for the three-point shot from deep corner. With 46 on the clock, there's 2 possessions in this. And it's a turnover to the Falcons. Again, another bad pass from the rush. Numa Curtis asking for a screen. She comes off the screen. Skips it back to Miller at the top of the key. Miller back to Numa Curtis, down into Cowell. Cowell inside to Raymond, but it comes off the foot of the Ballarat player, Claire Blower. So it's another 24 with 24.6 on the game clock. At the top with Cowell, back to Numa Curtis. She's calling the play. Gets it to Miller. Miller looking for Lambie. Lambie spots up for the 3. Doesn't go. And Blower gets the rebound. Raymond nearly the steal. But with 7 seconds on the clock, Rush has got to move the ball very quickly. They try and get it in. Miller wraps it up. And that's the first quarter. And we'll be back after a short break. Okay, welcome back. At this stage we have a 2-point ball game with the Falcons up by 13 to 11, and it really has been a case of jitters from both teams. Falcons have had a lot of the possession and have been shooting, unfortunately, only at 17%. So they've had 29 field goal attempts, making only 5 of them. Whereas Ballarat has had 33 attempts and 15 attempts and made 33%. So 5 out of the 15. So, you know, Falcons need to tidy up there, but the turnover count is the big one. It's 6 to the Rush and 4 to the Falcons. So at a couple of critical points, the Rush have actually turned it over, which have kept the Falcons in the game. As Miller puts up a 3-point attempt from deep corner, doesn't go in. As we saw from the first couple of games, if Miller can get her eye, and she's quite deadly from out there, as is Sam Lambie. Okay, Miller has wrapped up the ball again. That's the second time she's forced a jump ball. Back with the Rush, they kick it through hands, out to the top. Constable drives, can't get there. She passes off to Brooks. Out to deep corner. 3-point attempt is good from Riley Hare. Miller. Back to Raymond. Back out to Numa Curtis. She comes off the screen. Out to Lambie. Lambie curls. Out to Numa Curtis. Numa Curtis thinks about the shot, doesn't go. Now she's driving. There's 2 seconds to go. It's going to be a turnover. And that's the third turnover on shot clock violations to the Falcons. They have to be better at under the 10 seconds, as there's a foul on 24, Sam Lambie. Balls with Constable, goes back to the bigs. Molly Matthews, she turns, she looks for the shot, doesn't go, but Hare is good enough to get the rebound. Her shot doesn't go. Raymond with the rebound is driving down the court. Gets it back to Numa Curtis, who's running trail. Back to Raymond. Raymond goes by herself. Doesn't go. Numa Curtis looks to get the ball. Holds it up. Rush just gets it across for the violation. Raymond playing good D. Comes off the foot of Julia Cowell. Refs have not called a reset on that one. Ballarat Rush takes another timeout and we'll take a break. So that foul on Lambie was the first foul for the Falcons in either quarter, and for the Rush they're sitting on 4 at the moment. So no trouble, no foul trouble for either team. It seems that coaches and players are getting used to the way in which the refs are being asked to call the game. As a three-pointer comes in from the rush. Miller with the ball out to Lambie. Lambie fakes the shot, doesn't go. Tries to pass it to Kernich-Drew, but it is a turnover. Bad pass from Lambie. So now the gremlins that impacted on rush and their poor ball handling in the first quarter is now starting to bite with the Falcons. Lydia Brooks shot from outside, no good, rebounded by Miller. Miller brings it down quickly, gets through Lambie and Numakutis. Numakutis' shot misses. Quick basket down the other end from Riley Hare. So the first foul for the rush.
Blocking foul called on number 6, Claire Constable.
Claire Constable picks that up. And that's her first. Puts Miller at the line. Miller usually quite a reliable shot from the baseline there. She gets the first. And the second. So a 3-point game at this point in time with 6 minutes 47 seconds to go. Rush with an easy 2 points. Falcons not being accountable for players stepping into the top of the key. Ball over to Numakutis. Numakutis shot from outside. Missed. Rebound to Miller. Out to Lambie. Lambie drives. Kicks it to Numakutis. Back to Miller. Miller spots up. 3-point attempt. Misses. Kernich-Drew gets the rebound. Back to Numakutis. Numakutis drives. Spots. Should have used it. She had 18 seconds on the clock. She had time to get the ball back out and reset the offense. Meanwhile, the rush go down quickly down the court. Miller with the rebound and is fouled by number 12, Lydia Brooks. As Numakutis takes a break with Raymond coming on. So Miller with the ball, hands off to Keppel into Kernich-Drew. Kernich-Drew misses the layup. Rebounded out to Claire Constable, who's bringing it down the floor. Again, Falcons back in the zone. Lambie with the rebound off a missed shot. She drives all the way down. Too deep under the basket when she pulled the trigger on that one. Easy rebound to Constable. Ballarat has got quite a sizable height advantage over the Falcons. As Miller again wraps that ball up, this time to her advantage. So it's a Falcon ball from the side off the jump ball. And Fejo comes on for Lambie.
Entering the field is Renee Fejo.
So Keppel at the top of the key with the ball. Looks for Raymond. Raymond, easy layup on that possession there. Curling off a screen. And Keppel with the steal. Nearly picked up a foul there as Blower was a bit loose with the hands, but the ref had nothing of it. Out to Kernitschrew. Kernitschrew sinks at 2 points. So we're back to a 1 point game with 4 minutes on the clock. Falcons all of a sudden playing a bit more disciplined game in offense. But they still have to work harder in the defense because they're letting a lot of players get there behind. Having said that, they managed to get the rebound. Kernitschrew chucks the ball over ahead. Claire Constable brings the ball down, kicks it across to Molly Matthews. Molly Matthews looking inside. Hasn't got anything. She's got a screen though from Claire Blower. Comes back to Constable. Constable drives, can't get it there. Kicks it to deep corner. Deep corner doesn't go. That was Morgan Muir in deep corner. Fajo stops, misses the shot. Right idea on that one. Just not really up to speed yet in the game, having just come on, and Brandon Gordon calls a timeout, and we'll take a timeout just for a couple of for a break. So with 3 minutes and 16 seconds to go, we've got a 1 point game. Again, the girls, both teams are handling the reffing really well. Only 3 fouls so far collectively this quarter. Contrast that to the first couple of games where the youth teams of all persuasions were picking up 10 or 12 fouls per quarter. So again, they're starting to understand the way in which the refs are being asked to ref the game. Ball with Ballarat, goes inside to Molly Matthews. She loses the handle on it, picked up by Keppel. Keppel running hard down the floor, nearly a carry. Over Fajo into Kernitschrew. Kernitschrew up, doesn't go. Miller with the rebound, and again another contested ball from Miller. That's her 5th. Ball with Ballarat though. Falcons back in the zone. The shot from Riley Hare's no good. Raymond picks up the rebound, back to Keppel. Miller calling for the ball, doesn't come. Out to Fajo, back into Keppel. Keppel spins, ball goes up, doesn't go. Rebound with Muir. Muir brings it down, driving hard, pulls up, kicks it back out to Constable. Constable out to Matthews, whose 3-point shot wasn't good. Now it's with Miller, running hard down the floor. Gets it to Keppel. Back out to Kernitschrew. Kernitschrew spots. 2-point shot doesn't stick. So back with Muir. Muir kicks it out again to Hare and back to Constable. Out to Tempany. Tempany had a couple of shots there. She got a rebound after a first missed shot, but wasn't able to grab the second. It's come off Ballarat. Falcons ball. Hey, shout out to any of the people from Ballarat that are watching online today. We hope that the stream is working for you and that you're enjoying watching the girls play. As Keppel goes to the basket, overshoots the shot. Rebound there by Raymond, whose shot bobbles out and then ends up going off Keppel, so it's a Ballarat ball. As Constable brings it down again, calling the play. They're running a 3-out motion. Morgan Muir over to Tempany, back into Jarvis. Muir gets the rebound, kicks it back to Constable. Constable drives and 2 points. So we're out to a 3-point game with 54 seconds on the clock. There's 2 possessions, maybe 3 in this before half time. Both teams have been very even, but there's a foul. It looks to be on 7, Amelia Jarvis.
Foul is called on Amelia Jarvis. That's her first.
So Fajo gets the ball onto Miller. Miller looking for the screen, comes off the screen, kicks it out to Raymond. Raymond drives. Doesn't get the basket, but she gets the foul. And she'll go to the line. So the chance here to bring it back to within 2. This is the first. Misses the second, so it's still a 3-point ball game. Oh. Greenwich Drew a little bit clumsy there. Went to the back of the player, Amelia Jarvis. Jarvis now with the ball. Can't convert the shot. She gets the rebound though. No, gets it back out to Tempany. Tempany puts the ball in. It's now out to 5 points. Coach Gordon would not be impressed with that. After having the chance to get it close to a tie. It's into Raymond. Raymond goes up and scores. So it's back to a 3-point game. And that's the half. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes. So don't go away. We'll see you then. Okay, with just under 3 minutes to go, we can do a bit of run of some scores around the league. And over at Diamond Valley, the Waverley Falcons are up 76 to 75. I think that's a youth league game. Whereas back here, while we get the other scores up, again, it's a 21-24 game in Rush's favour, and again the leading scorers here for the Rush, Lydia Brooks and Riley Hare with 4 each, and Claire Constable with 3. Actually, that's the wrong. That was first quarter. Okay, let me try again. Here we go with the Riley, Lydia Brooks with 8, Riley here with 6, and Claire Constable with 8. That sounds a little bit better. While for the Falcons, we have Zali Raymond with 9, and really nobody else troubling the scorers at the moment. So getting back to the other games which are important to the Falcons, the champ men. Champ men who are over at Whittlesea at the moment are up. Games live at the moment. They're up by 3 points. Whilst the game was thought to be pretty much a fait accompli, the last-minute mail was that Jermaine Williams was actually going to be suiting up, having had all the paperwork cleared for him to be able to go there. And we're ready to go over here, and Diamond Valley Eagles are now 3 points up on the youth champ men over at Diamond Valley, whilst in the women, and find them, here they go. The scores aren't up. Live scores aren't up for the women at the moment. They must have had some sort of internet problems over at Warrandyte. We'll see what we can get for you. As Miller kicks back to Numa Curtis at the top of the key, back to Miller. Miller looks inside for Kernet Strew. Ball comes off. Kernet Strew to Raymond. Raymond unable to capitalise on it though. And Rush comes back with the ball very quickly, again through Constable. Much bigger, stronger Riley here. And Molly Matthews picks up the scraps. 2 points to her. So Miller out to Raymond, out to Nuna Curtis, back to Miller. Miller looks at the 3. 3 points, good. So she's keeping them in the game at this stage. Scores look like they've only awarded that as a 2. We'll check on that. As Keppel gets the rebound, bringing it hard down the floor, finds Miller, back to Nuna Curtis. Nuna Curtis' floater doesn't go. And we've got some sweat on the floor, and we're being helped out today by one of our junior teams. Doing a great job. It looks to be one of the under 16 girls. Miller gets the ball down to Numakutis. Numakutis drives hard. This time, no mistake. And it's a 1 point game. 1 point game. 25 to 26. And a bad pass coming in from the rush gives the Falcons a chance to get in front. Goes to Miller. Miller drives hard and is fouled. First foul for this quarter.
Blocking is called on White as well. That's a 4.
Lydia Brooks now goes and rests with 4 fouls. That's a bit of a blow for Ballarat, as she is one of their leading scorers at this stage. Miller misses the first shot. And gets the second. Ballarat kicking the ball through hands. 3-point shot misses, but the rebound is picked up by Claire Blower, but she was unable to control it. Tapped out luckily by the Falcons. So Ballarat still with possession and 22 on the shot clock. 2-point shot from outside. That's 13, Molly Matthews. Sally Raymond with the ball at the top, looks for Numakutis. Numakutis drives. Too many players there, gets it to Miller. Miller kicks the ball up and is fouled. She'll go to the line. Misses her first. Makes the second. 1 point game. Quick ball moving down the floor. And that's Riley Hare's basket. She's converted a couple of those quick turn drives. As Miller puts the ball up, he believes she's fouled on the way through. Numakutis, however, picks the ball up. Raymond spins, tries to go through traffic. Ball goes off Matthews. Falcons ball with 18 on the clock. Into Keppel. Keppel's pass out, intercepted by Matthews. Matthews brings it down the floor. Looks for the screen. Ignores it. Tries to go inside, but the Falcons are too good there. Ball ends up with Raymond. She gets it down to Miller. Miller slows it down. Out to Numakutis. Numakutis into Keppel. Keppel turns and spins. Doesn't go. Again, Molly Matthews picking up the rebound. Gives it to Constable, and Constable marshals the troops. She looks out to the Hare. Back to Constable. Back into Matthews. Back into Hare. Shots blocked. Keppel with the ball. And Morgan Muir picks up another foul. And so second.
Foul is called on White 8, Morgan Muir. That's her second.
So Numakutis looking for the ball again. Falcons running a 3-out set. Just running high-low into Kernitz-Drew. Kernitz-Drew could have turned and gone to the basket. Instead, she tried to get the ball to Numakutis, who drove through two larger players and did not succeed. as Kernitzrue takes a rest and Landby comes on. So the Rush Bear at taking advantage of the mismatch. As Claire Blower tries to get a shot from too far out, little finger roll, goes the other way, and Landby looks for the three-point shot, doesn't go, gets her own rebound though. Comes back out to Numakutis. Numakutis skips to Miller. Miller will take the shot and doesn't go, but Keppel gets the rebound up, doesn't go. Raymond with the rebound, back to Miller. Miller is fouled. So Claire Constable now picks up her third foul. And timeout to the Rush. We'll be back in a second. So Miller with the ball. She gets the first. And the second. She'll feel better about that one because she's prides herself on her foul shooting. It's a 1-point game. So those of you who are watching online and also watching the live stats, there is a 1-point difference on the live stats scores at the moment. But so that'll be sorted out when the score sheet is reconciled. As Keppel's shot misses, Claire Constable with the ball kicks it across to Molly Matthews. Molly Matthews out to Riley Hare. Back into Matthews, back to Hare. Hare's three-point shot, no good. Almost a rebound to the Falcons, but Hare comes round the corner and gets it again. She is very lethal off the curl and layup as Michaela misses down at the other end. Morgan Muir with the rebound, gets it out to half court before Landby's able to slow her down. Ball's now with Matthews, back to Constable. Constable driving. Came off the Falcon player as Keppel and Raymond take a break. Cowell and Kernitzrue coming back on for the Falcons. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Landby trying to hold players up. Is not able to. Rush, however, not able to capitalise on it or take advantage of the rebound. Landby down the other end misses. Miller keeps the ball in play. It's back out with Numakutis. There's 20 on the shot clock. Numakutis has passed a poor one. Constable bringing the ball down. She drives, Dishes out top. 2 points to Claire Bauer. She's very good from just inside the elbow there. Falcons haven't yet been able to pick that. As Numa Curtis tries to get the ball across to Miller, but hits the backboard, and it's back with Constable. Constable to Matthews. Matthews trying to get Blower under the basket, overthrew the ball. So Numa Curtis takes a break. Fijo comes on. Back with Cowell. Fijo looks for the ball. Kernich-Drew gets it instead. Doesn't make it. Fijo gets the rebound, kicks it back to Miller. Miller's 2-point shot is good. Great basket from Molly Matthews there. She had the mismatch against the much smaller player. Down the other end, Miller's quick basket doesn't come off. Landby missed the rebound, and Constable has brought it down. Back out to Matthews. Matthews' 3-point attempt doesn't go. Ball with Falcons and Cowell in Fijo. Holds the ball up. Hands off to Miller. Miller running at the top of the key. Calling it for a double screen. Back out to Kernich-Drew. Kernich-Drew drives, kicks it back out to Fijo. Fijo shot. Not good, but back with the Falcons. Lambie spins, kicks it back out to Miller. Miller fakes. Out to Kernich-Drew. Kernich-Drew. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Falcons lose control of it. But now there's 5 seconds on the shot clock. As Raymond comes on for Fijo. Miller with a shot from the top. 3 points is good. So we now have a 2-point game, 36-34. As Falcons go back into a zone just to try and hold this up. Minute 15 on the clock. Nearly a turnover. 3-point shot attempt from Constable, not good. Miller gets the intercept. She's driving hard, pulls up, brings it back out, gets the ball into Raymond. Raymond muscles her way through. Too much traffic though. She keeps trying to get through 3 players. And she hasn't been able to do that successfully too often. These Ballarat girls are way too big and too strong for that. As the attempt from Matthews was no good. Comes back out. Constable able to pick up the scraps, and she drives in and floats the 2-point shot. So we're back out in a 4-point game again. Lambie holding the ball. It's 14 seconds to go. She drives, kicks it out. Bad pass. Cal couldn't control it. Constable goes down the other end, and there's a 2-point. 2-point to Lydia Brooks. So where they were down to into striking distance of the rush, they've now got a 6-point buffer and a lot of work to do there. Brendan Gordon's going to have to think very hard about how he's going to get the girls to come back on this one. So they probably need to try and again play a little bit smarter. There's too many times they've tried to force the shot instead of kicking the ball, moving the ball through and getting the Ballarat defence out of shape. What they've been trying to do is to get it in there and find themselves going through 3 or 4 people pairs of hands that are all a lot bigger than they are. Anyway, we'll be back in a couple of seconds. So with 25 seconds on the shot clock, we've got a 6-point game at this point in time. And again, if you're watching live stats through the BigV website, there's a 1-point difference between the live stats and the scoreboard at this stage. So the bottom line is, though, that favours the rush. So it's either a 6 or a 7-point, depending which you prefer to think. Certainly the Falcons would prefer it to be a 6-point lead. As we enter the final quarter and the rush are unable to convert on that first possession, Miller kicks across to Kernich-Drew, back to Miller. Falcons offense looking very, very static at this point in time. Not able to penetrate the zone. Lambie tries, goes through 3 pairs of hands. Shot goes short, and it's back with Constable. Constable drives, looks over to Caitlin Rello. I think this is about her first minutes on the court. Yep, so that's her first, and she wasn't able to hit her target. Ball back with Miller. So top scoring for the rush so far, we have Lydia Brooks and Riley Hare and Claire Constable, all with 10 points, whilst for the Falcons, Miller with 13, Raymond with 9. So need a few more Falcons girls to step up at this point in time. As Constable drives, Miller managed to get the hand in. Ball comes off her. There's 10 seconds on the shot clock. And rush inbounds. They get the ball in way too easily. Falcons back in the zone. 3 points to Claire Constable. That takes her to 13 points. Raymond's out to Lambie. Lambie gets her first 3. So it's a 6-point game still again. So Lambie is now hit 2 of 6. It's her second 3-pointer. As Miller gets the rebound, should have been a foul called there. As Matthews grabbed at Miller's singlet on the way down, and there was a 2 points. 2 points to the Falcons in that exchange. Lydia Brooks gets the ball, kicks it out to Matthews. Doesn't go. Renlow gets the rebound, kicks it back out to Constable. Constable back out to Matthews. Matthews looks at the ball, basket, and scores 3. Big 3, that one. Huge 3 from well outside. Now down the other end, it's with Kernich-Drew at the top. Looks for Raymond. Back out to Keppel. Lambie, great cut inside, ignored. Back out to Kernistrou. Kernistru's shot doesn't go. Miller gets the rebound. Back out to Lambie. Lambie drives. Taylor Nolte stops the going there. Kernistrou attempts the 2-point shot but is unable to capitalise on it. And again, ball back with Constable. Ball goes in again to Matthews. No, sorry, Brooks. A lot of body work there from Brooks, but the foul is called on Megan Keppel.
Foul is called on Megan Keppel. That's her second.
8 and 11. 6.
And Lydia misses the first. And the second. But Falcons unable to box Riley Hare out as she scores, and there's a timeout. Rush has taken their last timeout. No, they've got one more to go.
Oh, sorry, they have one more to go.
And we'll have a very, very quick break. So, again, points leaders at the moment for Falcons are Miller, whilst Claire Constable is on 12 for the rush. Rebounds, Kernistrou with 9 and Hare with 8. And assists fairly even between Miller and Constable as Falcons bring the ball down. And there's a foul. So Falcons lose control of the ball, and Constable brings it back down again for the rush. She kicks it out to the wing, and the ball coming in from Riley Hare misses. San Lambie can't handle the pass from Numakudis. Ballarat spacing the floor extremely well. They're running into a 3-out motion. Back into Riley Hare. Three-point shot from Morgan Muir, no good, but Molly Matthews is good enough to get the rebound there. So again, 24 seconds, now now down to 15. Back to Matthews. Matthews drives, pulls up, gets it into Hare, and Hare is fouled. That'll be San Lambie sending sending Hare to the charity stripe. She misses the first. But makes the second. So it's now a 10-point game with 5 minutes to go. Falcons need a couple of quick baskets and a stop, and they're not going to get it the way they're moving the ball at the moment. And again, Raymond trying to fight off 3 Ballarat players. This has been the story of the game, that as soon as any of the bigger players for the Falcons gets the ball inside, They are literally swamped by the Ballarat players. Raymond, however, good enough to get the rebound and 2 points there. So Ballarat's size having a real impact on the Falcons today. As Keppel managed to get the rebound after a missed shot. Namakutis finally gets the basket. She's not had a good shooting day today. So that's her 7 points to her. As Claire Blower looks for a shot outside, doesn't get it, but the rebound picked up by her colleague. Ball goes back in down the other way. Oh, and there's a hold. Well, from where I sit there, I think the videos will probably show that was probably not a jump ball decision. However, and some of the crowd indicating that that's what they felt as well. So it's now with Ballarat running really hard there. And a great basket there from number 8, Morgan Muir. So I think they're saying the game is over for them. They're just going to rub it in. As Numakutis again trying to get through traffic, not able to get the ball up. Ballarat moving through hands. 7 seconds. And the basket goes in from Claire Blower after she picks up a rebound. Down the other end, Keppel gets on the end of the pass but is unable to capitalise. That's been the story of the Falcons game, that when they have had the shots, they have just not dropped. Numakutis brings the ball down with Lambie on the wing. She comes off the wing, finds Kernitz-Drew at the top of the key. Kernitz-Drew passes to Numakutis. Numakutis drives and takes the ball behind the big of Claire Blower. 2 points to her. Constable seems to have picked up a bit of an injury in that collision, but she'll shake that off as her teammate Lydia Brooks picks up another 2 points, and that was a very, very clumsy foul there from Claire Constable. She's asking to come off. And there's a timeout. Timeout to the Rush. That will be their last one. So the refs laying down the law a little bit to the Falcons coach. We'll just have a quick look at a couple of the stats while we're waiting there. What we have is as Miller still leading for the Falcons, Raymond on 11, Numakutis on 9, Landy 6 and Keppel 4. While for the Rush, Riley Hare's stepped up. She's overtaken Lydia Brooks there. She's now on 15 points with Claire Constable 12, Brooks also on 12, Matthews on 10 and Blower for 4. And for the Falcons, the rebound count is led by Kernitz-Drew, while Hare has also picked it up. So she's on her way to a double-double. One more rebound and she'll pick that up quite nicely. So Keppel at the line. No, it's a baseline ball. Kernich Drew gets the ball out. It's out with Lambie. Lambie's three-point attempt is too long. Ball comes off Raymond. No. The ball has gone back to the Falcons. As Kernich Drew tries an outside shot, doesn't go. Raymond with the ball goes up. No foul there. But that is a big foul. A big foul from Muir. So Lambie at the line. Makes both. So it's a 10-point game. One and a half minutes to go. Matthews, the big playing the point guard, goes out to Hare. Hare's shot doesn't go, but Kernich Drew gets it off to Lambie. Lambie runs hard. She's going to try for the shot. No foul called. Again, trying to get through too many Ballarat players. And again, the Ballarat girls are going to work the clock down. There's 9 seconds on the clock. Down to 5. Here goes. Doesn't go. There's a turnover, but it doesn't matter too much because Keppel had already picked up the rebound. Down to Kernich Drew. Back out to Raymond. Raymond's shot doesn't go. Matthews controlling the ball. She's got a mismatch against Numakudis. It's down to 4 seconds. Back to Matthews. Matthews drives and just finger rolls it in. So 12-point game. Numakudis to Raymond. Back into Keppel. Keppel turns, spins, scores. Much better looking passage of play there from the Falcons. And there's a foul called on Numakudis. 11 seconds to go. And there's his. Another 2 points to Hare. And she's picked up a double-double, so she's now on 17 points and 10 rebounds. As there's a foul at the other end.
Foul called on number 13, Molly Matthews. That's her first. That makes 3 shots for 3.
Matthews picks up a third foul, and Numakudis is at the line. Misses that first shot. And the second. And because the foul was outside the three-point line, she's got three shots. And she misses the third. Falcon shooting percentage has really killed them tonight. It's been the big issue for them. And that brings us to the end of the game, and we'll be back after there's a short break for Easter, so we'll be back after Easter with the next games from here, which is looks to be the March the 30th. No, it's the 29th with the Victorian Youth Championship. 13th. The 13th. It's the men versus Kilsyth. That's the Sunday at 12:30, and followed by the champ men along the way. We'll see you then.